Okay, well, good morning. I just, this is really getting crazy. What is it going to take before they pass gun laws? I mean, how many? 2 mass killings yesterday. 2 in hours of each other. What's it going to take? Okay. Is it going to take somebody that's in the Senate, one of their kids dying, getting killed? Is that what it's going to take before they're finally willing? Oh, if something like that happens, they'll be willing to step up to the plate. Okay. Unbelievable. Just very sad. Very sad. Dragging some cards out here as I'm speaking so that we can get some sort of a read this morning. But yeah, just... And why do they allow all these hate things on YouTube, on Facebook, all these hate groups to continue to spew this stuff out? And when are they going to get it that Trump is behind this stuff? He keeps gearing and ratcheting it up. Oh, but I haven't done anything. It's not me. Can't hold me accountable for it. Yeah, we can hold you accountable. Okay. You're making it okay. So yeah, really need to get something okay. Let's see what we've got here. Anyway, all we can do is just keep going on, keep going forward, and get these fools voted out of office and don't allow this to happen again. Okay. Because this is beyond. These kids are on a cause. They're gotten so wound up. They don't have enough common sense yet. These are kids that are being run by their emotions, by their failings in their life, thinking something's being taken away from them. They don't have the wherewithal to see any distance down the road. Okay. A lot of grieving families today. Okay. So let's see what we have here. All right, let's start here. Initiation. What are these kids getting initiated into? Okay. An invitation, an initiation. Let me turn on the light here so I can actually read it. Oh, that's better. An initiation is any event, sometimes a traumatic one, that's so impactful it changes you and alters the course of your life. Okay. Recall at least 2 significant experiences that were life-changing. And we can say, I meet these current challenges with the help from my spirit guides. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance through these challenging passages of my life. You know, if these traumatic events are not enough to initiate you into peace and into wanting to get rid of these assault rifles, I don't know what will. So we have this morning another initiation. Okay. And it's not enough to just go out there with well wishes, wishing upon a star that it's going to change. Okay. When you have this life-altering fact, we have to do more than wish upon a star. We have to have the budding tree's moon, expectations, progress, goals. We have to have goals in mind. And our goal at this point should be changing this administration. We need to look for somebody with authenticity. Okay. Somebody that's authentic in what they're saying. We don't need another person in there that's going to say the right things during a campaign, and when they get in there, then they're for corporate, they're sellouts. We don't need another sellout. At this point in time, we need authority. We need somebody to stand in the gap. Who is coming up that's going to stand in the gap? You know, and within our own lives, are you someone that's been initiated into this enough that can give guidance, okay? Be an authority, be authentic in who and what you are, okay? To set expectations, okay? See the process. Set the goal, okay? Can you continue to go forward and be authentic rather than just closing down, you know, and seeing somebody else will handle it, somebody else will. You know, what can we do? What can we do? You know, if you live in this country, you have to make sure you get out and vote. You've got to make sure that we keep pushing for voter reform, that we keep pushing to get rid of these groups, these hate groups, these white supremacist things. Why are they allowed? Oh, freedom of speech. Okay, I get freedom of speech, but it shouldn't be freedom of speech to hate. Okay? When it comes to speech of hate, just like you can't be in a crowded theater and start screaming fire and say it's all a joke, they should draw the line when it comes to hate groups, hate mongering, because this is what's continuing to fuel these kids that are going to make a name for themselves, that erroneously thinking they're doing something good, you know, that somebody's coming in to take something away from them. Okay, nothing's being taken away from these kids. Nothing. Okay? So they need to be taught. These children are not being taught. Parents are not having enough time for their kids anymore. They just leave them to their own devices and think that this couldn't happen in their family, that it's just kids' play, that they wouldn't actually act on it. If you have a kid that's doing these kind of things, then you need to get them help, okay? You can't just turn a blind eye and think that you know, it's going to go away. But it's not serious. It is serious. It is serious, okay? People need to spend more time with their kids, find out what they're into, have conversation with them, you know, so we don't have these continued mass shootings by these young people that are so impressionable. And these guys are running on testosterone at this time in their life, okay? They get wound up easily. Okay, they get wound up very easily now. It's, you know, it's they're going to go out and prove their mettle. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove how tough I am. I'll show you, you know. And they go out and ruin their lives, ruin numerous people's lives. And we need to start having some intervention. We need to start having some crackdown on these arms sales, okay, so that we can get this straightened around. This is really a huge, huge, huge wake-up call. When you have a government that doesn't give a rat's ass about the people, they're only interested in making their money from big corporations, and I might offend a donor. I don't care how many people get killed. I'm not going to offend a donor, okay? These people have no moral fortitude whatsoever, and that is really what we need out of office. We've got in there now anarchists. Who was Trump getting all his information from? Miller, Bannon, anarchists, haters, white supremacists, fear-mongering, okay? Who are his idols? Ones like Hitler. Like, if Hitler were around, that would be his biggest idol right now. That would be his biggest fan. He'd be talking up Hitler every day. Oh, Hitler's really a nice guy. You just got to get to know him. No, don't believe that's all fake news over there. They're not actually, you know, putting people in these death camps. That's not actually happening. It's fake news. It's a witch hunt. Turn a blind eye. Look over there. Don't believe it. It's fake. Well, no, these things are happening, okay? And it happens under your nose, just like in Germany with the rise of Hitler, okay? Just like the rise of Hitler. It happened under the people's nose, and they kept getting indoctrinated a little by little by little. And he's taken away our freedoms in the government. Every time he gets a chance, he puts an anarchist in. He puts a special interest group in to oversee something that's 180 degrees away from what they should be doing. And people keep turning a blind eye. Oh, he says the economy's great. He says a lot of bullshit. He cannot tell a straight truth. Okay, so people, again, look for people in your life that are authentic. Again, you know, if you find somebody is not authentic, you don't need it in your life, okay? Have a decent sense of authority, not one that's going to be like a dictator. Okay, you need a leader. Leaders are those that can stand up and make you, you know, help you to want to change your lives for the better, okay? That help to give you some direction. And right now we are in the midst of this, pull this card, the perfect storm. The perfect storm. You know, showing us about really how dark things are, how we're being ruled by fear, now, okay? Don't be ruled by fear. Like Christ said, there, fear not. Fear not. Don't be afraid. Don't run your life on that. Yes, fear is an instinctual response to a perceived threat. Yet conditioning can cause you to fear things that are not an actual threat in your life. Say, I now release any and all fears that serve no purpose. Okay? What is it, the fear that's ruling your life? What fear is moving you, motivating you into non-productive ways? Okay? We need to go from fear to non-duality. Okay, the ultimate and core healing is the awareness of the unity of all things, that oneness that is beneath the illusion of separation. I am one with all beings. If they can break through this nonsense to see that everyone is a person. I don't care. And what is ruling some people is their misbegotten ideations. Okay. Last card I'm going to get is the card of death. Okay. I want to give a little bit of comfort in speaking about those that have been killed, that have been taken out in death. At the moment of death, if you consciously release attachments, welcome the afterlife, there is no struggle. Know that death and rebirth are partners in the dance of life. Okay. Spirit that manifests as me will endure eternally with or without form. Okay. We are eternal in nature, but that does not mean that you can go around and take people out, and thwart their mission in this life. Who knows? Maybe some of these people came in with the mission to be taken out early in order to move this society in another direction. We don't know, what all is underneath. But we do know that changes need to be made to this society, okay? And we need to stand up and we need to see with clarity. It doesn't mean be ruled by fear. Okay, we need to see with clarity and put into place the things that will stop this from happening again. We need to learn from history. Again, learn from history. Look at the rise of how Hitler rose to power, how these hate groups infiltrate and then start spinning things, and how people that are in fear mode will continue to gravitate to it. Okay, we need to come out of that. We need to come out of that, and get a better society in place. Like I said, everything is polarizing, and I've said this for a number of years. And as we get further, again, it's darkest before the dawn. These things keep amping up until we finally have that break and go out of the darkness and step into the light. So I'm going to leave this here. Everyone, take a breath. Again, this is going to pass, but we need to get a handle, and people need to understand what is going on again in their young people's lives. Okay, very important. Spend time with your kids. Okay, because if they are feeling alienated, they're going to find a cause and a way to be noticed. So notice them in a productive way so they don't have to get noticed in this type of an action. Okay, I'm going to leave this here.